So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of...
The Chicago Sky are in the news once more, but not for a spectacular highlight or a game-changing three-pointer. Not at all. This time, the main character is none other than Angel Reese, who has been occupied with accumulating Instagram likes and TikTok views while seemingly forgetting that true leadership cannot be altered with a filter. Tyler Marsh, the head coach of First Year, is in a difficult position as a result of her most recent outburst. He must decide whether to enforce discipline or allow disorder to run amok. If this choice is made incorrectly, his debut season as coach might serve as the final warning to any team that mixes up big-name hype with real chemistry. Comment shoot the baby giraffe if you believe that the Sky should release Ree. Come on, let's go.
We know Angel Reese has definitely been in the headlines, man, after erupting in a press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes, now all of this went down during the Washington missed this game. This happened on national television.
Then, all of this culminated in the closing seconds of a nail-biting defeat to the Washington Mystics, 81-79. Ree made the extraordinary decision to go off-script with less than 30 seconds remaining in the game, which was knotted at 77. She rushed to the sidelines and slapped a clipboard straight out of and Crosby's hands. And Crosby is the team's strength and conditioning coach and vice president of basketball operations. This was more than a minor outburst. Everyone could watch a full-blown meltdown unfold live on national television.
Referees blew every whistle. The referees blew every whistle. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There was one play where Angel Reese dribbled backward. She backed into Aaliyah Edwards and tripped over her own feet and got free throws. The free throws that led to this happening were unbelievably soft. That led to Angel Reese breaking a coach's clipboard, walking over and slapping a coach's clipboard. And by the way,
it's important to clarify that this was not a minor mishap or slip-up. And HD was flatly insulted by this calculation. After winning the NBA 2K26 cover as the purported face of greatness and leadership, Angel Reese was unable to maintain composure for 30 seconds. She let her emotions to override her professionalism during the most crucial moment of the game, leaving maturity where it seems to feel most at the bench. Why is it worse? This is not a singular occurrence. It's merely the most recent installment of a season-long reality show that stars Angel Reese. Throughout the year, she has been active in any way she can, whether it be on or off the court. Like an unyielding shadow that she can't seem to get rid of, Drama Trail follows her from behind. Do you recall the never-ending subtweets at Caitlin Clark? The weekly tirades about how refs are plotting against her in some way. She has been milking the never-ending "poor me" routine since tip-off. This clipboard fiasco is just the most recent development in what is unmistakably becoming the Angel Reese Variety Hour. And let's face it, this isn't how real stars, the kind you build around, act. She posted a weak justification on social media following the incident. The way she posted that it justified slapping executives' clipboards out of their hands irritated me. No responsibility, no sincere regret, just another flimsy justification. Additionally, fans are seeing through it.
That people are picking up on is when she is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand. And you guys, my honest reaction to this when I first saw it, I was just laughing. It's kind of like the reaction that you're seeing from me right here. I wouldn't look into this too hard. I know it's already become controversial because they're like, oh, if another player did this, there would be think pieces written about it.
We must now discuss Tyler Marsh, since he is in a predicament where there is no way out of it. He brought a strong resume to Chicago, where he is in his first season as head coach. several title runs in the NBA and WNBA. Some of the brightest brains in the industry have shaped him. Becky Hammond, Rick Carroll, and Nick Nurse. The man is renowned for cultivating players, fostering trust, and creating environments where teams truly succeed. However, if he is unable to manage his own locker room, all of that experience is for nothing. As we observe Angel Reese slap clipboards out of staff members' hands with no repercussions, it appears that the players, not the coach, are making the decisions.
Okay, Barbie. The emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the complete loss of emotional control continues for the Bayou Barbie, as well as the Chi-Town Barbie and Double Barbie, and whatever other alias that Angel Reese has decided.
Marsha's reputation for fostering cultures of mutual respect and accountability was a major factor in his hiring. GM Jeff Palioa even boasted on tape about Marsha's commitment to developing each player's unique skills and his astute basketball acumen. But if they don't transfer into discipline when it's most needed, cool speeches and sophisticated ideas are meaningless. As a head coach, this is Martha's first real gut check. Creating XS and OS, balancing rotations, and assisting players in becoming better. That's the simple part. What happens when your supposed celebrity chooses to act like a brat in front of millions of people is the true test.
Sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus?
After that clipboard fell to the ground, what did Marsh do? Did he remove Reese from the game right away? Sit her on the bench to give her time to calm down? Or pull her apart for a serious conversation? Nope, according to all reports. Not at all. As the game progressed, Reese ended up with 15 boards and 22 points. Good statistics that were totally eclipsed by her outburst on television. And Marsha's silence is deafening, particularly in light of all his discussions about accountability and creating a culture deserving of a title. Because guys who can put up stats alone don't create championship conditions. They are created by athletes who remain composed under duress, who take the as an example, who doesn't slap executives' clipboards out of their hands during live television. Things start to get really interesting at this point. Angel Reese enjoys positioning herself as an inspiration. She is eager to preach about representation and how young girls should be brave, self-assured, and boldly occupy space. But really, when she chooses to vent her annoyance on one of her own coaches, what message is she conveying? There would have been immediate repercussions if this had been any other player, such as a bench warmer attempting to earn a position on the squad or a rookie on a 10-day contract. A suspension, a steep fine, or possibly a benching. However, it's a new set of rules because it features Angel Reese, the alleged face of the brand and the double-double darling of social media headlines.
Angel Reese, part 49! Let's get it! Why are they playing at 11:30 in the morning? What is this, summer camp? Hey! Look at, she's calling ISO! Get out the way! They say her handle is as smooth as butter. Did somebody say butter? Butter pecan! Everybody now, burn! You're allowed chatter and commentary that Angel could shoot now. She's really worked on that 3-ball. File destruction of property charge. She's trying to break all the windows in the building. Check this out. Oh! Bang!
Check the scoreboard in the interim. There are 613 Chicago Sky hanging around the league's basement. Not only are they losing games, but they're also losing who they are. You're not managing a basketball team when your so-called star player spends more time promoting her internet persona than winning games for her team, while she's out there hitting clipboards because the referees aren't calling things her way. You are using sneakers to conduct a reality show.
Something that has yet to come together, but it's a necessity for us to win, Pagliuca said. She's had some great games, and she's had some games like everybody else that haven't been her best. But she's our best chance at versatility on this roster. We need more production out of her, but we need her to help us in other ways too. We need more production out of her. Jeff Pagliuca has been seeing some of the disappointment.
And let's face it, the WNBA has a role in all of this. This is the same league that has been investigating fictitious conspiracy ideas while neglecting obvious problems that are occurring in front of them. the same league that prioritizes protecting the feelings of certain individuals over upholding professional standards. Although they have written rules and procedures for how athletes should interact with coaches, staff, and one another, it seems that Angel Reese is exempt from them. Because the league has been incredibly silent about this clipboard incident, much like it has been silent about all of Reese's other dubious actions this season.
Political guy, but Angel Reese showing her far right side here was not something I expected. Bang! Time to take another look at the strategy where you go into the paint and then hit fire. Not quite sure if it's a viable long-term strategy. Bang! I was gonna let destruction of property slide, but now we're gonna go for decapitation. Put her behind bars. Oh my gosh, and she's going crazy on her coach. Not the clipboard. No! Hit your free throws. All is forgiven. What? How about it? Come on, please. Bang!
Zoom in on Tyler Marsh once more. This man wasn't in Chicago to watch a circus in a locker room. He came with a track record of fostering cultures based on accountability and trust. Jeff Pelioa, the general manager, even praised Marsh, stating that he was dedicated to making the most of each player's special talents and that this was supported by a composed manner and a high basketball IQ. Cool ideas and motivational speeches, however, are meaningless if he lacks the ability to stand his ground when it counts. As a head coach, this is Martha's first true crucible. Creating plays, overseeing rotations, and nurturing talent. That is the simple checklist. The challenging part, coping with a situation where your star player behaves like a whiny child in front of a national television audience.
Wow. All right. It was wild. I mean, tempers were flying. This was an all-out rivalry, man. All right? I mean, even Angel Reese was pissed at this moment. Look at this. Pissed. All right? Pissed. This was close to the end of the game. 29 seconds left. Game tied. Game on the line. And I think she was called for it.
Meanwhile,
when Reese slapped that clipboard, what did Marsh do? Did he grab her at once, sit her down, and send a text? Not at all. Every report that is now available claims that he did nothing. The game simply continued. Reese finished the game with 22 points and 15 rebounds, but instead of focusing on her stat line, everyone was talking about her lack of poise. It all begins to fall apart at that point. Marsh has been discussing creating a culture where players can genuinely thrive, as well as an environment at the championship level, accountability, and professionalism for months. However, if you're afraid to hold your star, you can't have it. Responsible. The foundation of championship teams is more than just skill. Their foundation is discipline.
Angel Reese had a great game. She had 22 points, 15 rebounds. There were some questionable calls from the referees on both ends of the floor during this game against the Washington Mystics, and they ended up losing by 2 points at the end of the game. And so she's a competitor. Love or hate Angel Reese, she's a competitor. She's a fierce competitor. And I feel like this was just a moment where her frustrations got the best of her. Hopefully, later on, I'm sure she'll probably see this on social media and she'll go up to her coach and be like, my bad, coach. That was not cool of me. I shouldn't have slapped the clipboard.
The actual kicker is right here. Angel Reese is constantly praising herself for being a role model. She is NBA 2K26's brand new cover star. She has secured numerous endorsement deals and has established her own signature shoe brand. Every action she does is being watched by millions of young females. What precisely did she just impart to them? Believe you can act any way you want and avoid any repercussions if you're showy enough, well-liked enough, and have enough rebounds. That's not being a leader. That is blatantly entitled. Tyler Marsh's line in the sand is this instant, this clipboard smack. He can demonstrate whether he is genuinely the coach who transforms this guy was too scared to approach his best player, so he assumed they were hiring or just another bench boss. The simple solution is to do nothing. I hope it goes away. Pay attention to the all-star selections, the double-double streak, and the lovely box score. But what do you know? It's never easy to make banners. Holding everyone to the same standards, demanding respect, enforcing accountability, and making it obvious that culture matters more than ego are the difficult and courageous choices. Everyone in that facility, including the players and assistants, is keeping an eye on Marsh to see if he has that backbone.
Why do you guys hate Angel Reese so much? The Angel Reese hate is so forced. This is why we hate the bricklaying slough. She has a terrible attitude, awful, toxic. This is why she has no friend.
Because coaches who win championships don't allow their best players to make fun of their employees. They don't cover up behavioral issues for fear of upsetting people. They realize that skill is merely squandered potential if there is no accountability. Take a look at Phil Jackson. He refrained from allowing Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan to dominate the staff. Pat Riley never allowed LeBron or do to act out without supervision. AJ Wilson wasn't given a pass by Becky Hammond simply because she was the franchise's spokesperson. They raised trophies precisely because they all required standards. The legitimacy of Tyler Marsh as a coach is under jeopardy because this is the reality. That's not how cultures of championship operate. That's how disasters occur. Furthermore, catastrophe is on the horizon as the Sky struggles through a 613 season that seems more like a daily soap opera than a quest for glory.
Angel Reese said that she was done being polite. She was done being humble. I'm done being silent. The Bayou Barbie is mad, mad, mad. And Barbie is about to start clapping back at the haters. To her credit, Angel Reese said what she meant and meant.
The solution is simple. It's simply bold. Marsh must recall the reason for his transfer to Chicago. Not to get close to Angel Reese, not to promote her on social media, and most definitely not to allow her to act theatrically. Holding everyone equally accountable, including the franchise face, is the first step in developing the championship culture he was hired to create. The Chicago Sky must choose between being a serious basketball team that expects greatness and being a viral circus that happens to dribble a ball. In Chicago, Tyler Marsh appeared, making a unique promise. He left behind a legacy of leadership, strategy, and titles. However, if he is unable to maintain control over his locker room, none of that means squad. There was more to Angel Reese's slapping of that clipboard than annoyance. It was a test of the WNBA's professionalism, of Marsh's authority, and of the Sky's standards. And everyone is failing at the moment, because what we are currently witnessing is a direct result of a culture in which respect is optional. A team full of potential, coached by a man still unsure of his leadership readiness, and led by a star who would prefer to set the tone on Twitter than on the hardwood. That isn't a formula for a championship. That's just more of the same heartache that Sky viewers have endured for many seasons. And it is past time that someone in that building made the decision that enough is enough. Comment Fire the Baby Giraffe if you believe that Sky should release Go of Ree. Turn on all notifications, like, and subscribe to ensure you don't miss anything.